LEGO City Undercover takes us into a big open world.
I'll get straight to the point. Rex Fury has escaped and is at large in LEGO City.
What?
Looking for someone?
LEGO City has fallen under a crime wave and it's suspected that the evil Rex Fury is behind it all. You play police officer Chase McCain. He's got a troubled past and was sent away from LEGO City after a case went wrong, but he's back to prove to everyone just what kind of an undercover cop he can be.
And to do that, he'll have to chase down a lot of criminals.
Stop in the name of the law!
You won't get away with this.
Taking the LEGO formula and applying it to an open world is a big step for the LEGO series. We've seen the likes of Batman 2 and LEGO Lord of the Rings open up the world a bit, but this truly is a large environment that you can explore at your leisure. Whether that's taking in the sights or searching for those elusive mega blocks.
Ah yes, you can spend quite a bit of time in this game exploring and searching for studs. In fact, I often got distracted from my main objective, just collecting things.
Yeah, LEGO games really are a completist gamer's worst nightmare.
Or dream come true.
That's true. Even though this is in the open world, it's still a very LEGO game. You'll be switching costumes to solve simple puzzles, and the game does quite a good job of unlocking these as you go to keep things fresh and interesting.
Although almost every area has something you can't access at all. So if you really want to know what's behind a door or object in the ground, you have to go back and replay the mission once you get the right suit. I mean, this retracing steps mechanic is starting to really drive me crazy, Barjo.
Yeah, at least you're not forced to replay any levels, and it does add replayability. At least the Legoing is a bit more diverse this time around as well, thanks to the Wii U gamepad. It's your map as you drive around town. It's also how some of the characters talk to you. And I liked how the voices come through on the gamepad like it's your communicator, but if you turn that volume down, it comes through on the TV. I thought that was quite clever.
You can also use the touchscreen to scan the area for criminals, blocks, and even listen in on conversations.
Yeah, this is actually my favourite gamepad feature. There's something about just moving it around that really adds to the gameplay, I thought.
I bet Barjo didn't like that.
I did not like that, Hex. I didn't like it because I had to get out of my chair sometimes. If you start scanning in the wrong spot, I do not want to get out of my chair when I'm gaming. The other thing that bugged me a bit was the footprint scanning. I love the smooth jazz that plays as you search for footprints, but quite often it would lead to something I'd already tried to investigate.
I'm with you on this one, Barjo. The smooth jazz is excellent, and I now play it whenever I drive my car. But you're correct. A good detective should only scan when they've exhausted all other options.
It's illogical.
Oh, it's
impractical.
ridiculous.
It's logical. Doesn't make any
breaks
sense.
the illusion.
Yeah,
it breaks.
All right, you two. I think you're overthinking things a little bit. I mean, these are really good uses for the gamepad. And even though at first the driving controls feel a little bit weird and unresponsive, you soon get the hang of it and it becomes quite enjoyable zipping about the big city, finding new cars to commandeer. And I liked how you can call for cars to stop rather than just stealing them.
Police business.
I enjoyed pumping the nos, even though the cars don't actually go very fast. But I think that's either a limitation of the Wii U hardware or perhaps the developers not being experienced enough with coding for it yet.
Yeah, I was expecting it to look a bit prettier, Darren, and some of those loading times are pretty long. The payoff is much of what you do for the main story isn't actually in the open world. They're fully fleshed out LEGO environments, and that's great, such as in this prison.
At least it's better than solitary.
So the more I played of this game, the more I liked it, and I think that comes down mostly to the characters and the writing.
Yeah, this is a really good story, isn't it? And almost every line is a joke, and they're good jokes.
Natalia's testimony enabled us to arrest Rex. He tried getting away, but foolishly chose a lawnmower as his escape vehicle.
Pull the lawnmower over!
My favorite character is your sidekick, Frank Honey. He's loud and he's silly and he just messes everything up. I think he's my favorite video game character for the year, Hex, out of all the games I've played.
Dunby!
Honey!
Waffles! What are we doing?
Even though this is strictly single-player only, many spawnlings will play these kinds of games with their parents or siblings taking turns, and the jokes and character parodies will be entertaining for older gamers too.
I also don't know why those guys are dancing together. And how did he get that saucepan on his head?
I did find the combat to be rather simple, however, even after you've learned Kung Fu.
Yes, it's time they stepped up the combat in LEGO games. I feel like I say this every time, you guys, but it's just too simple. Give us a challenge. But we're running out of time. What are your final thoughts, Hex?
Well, like you, Barju, I think I was expecting a lot more from this game, but what is here is very good. There's variety, hilarious dialogue, and if you can forgive the odd awkward mechanic and the odd bug, you'll have plenty to do in LEGO City. I'm giving it 8, you guys. It's greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, and I think that's true for all great open world games. The small things that bug you are completely made up for by all of the other stuff you can do in the world. And it's also a brand new LEGO story and brand new LEGO characters, so I think that's quite an achievement. I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.